Why is it in business we fail the most basics of communication? I've never understood that. I didn't understand it when I was younger. As I got older, I knew something was wrong. And as I've gotten older, now I went, oh, got it. Now I understand what the problem is. And the problem is there's no communication going backwards. I think back to my Home Depot days. So when I was in college, I had to have a whole bunch of night jobs because I went to school during the day. And so I worked at Home Depot for one of them. And you had the store manager. Then you had, I'm going to say, assistant managers. They call them key carriers. And there was like 3 or 4 people that overlooked all the different departments. Then you had department heads. And then you had the people in the department. And that's how Home Depot set the structure up. Well, I was just one of the guys in a department. Now, this really has nothing to do with it, but I'm going to share it with you just because I find it hilarious. I worked in the plumbing department. Now, when you go to Home Depot, you're excited. You're going to add value to your home. You're going to add value to something. You're pumped. You go to the gardens, you put a little plant. It looks pretty. Your house looks pretty. You're pumped. You go to the hardware section. You're buying a tool. It's awesome. Strong tools. You know, you put in a new hardware set. You got new, locks for your house. Something's up. Something is on the positive. You go over and, the hard work of the fencing. You put a new fence up. It's going to look beautiful. You go to the plumbing department because something broke and you're pissed off. Think about it. Have you ever gone to the plumbing department and you were happy? No, it's because something broke, something wore out, you have to replace something. The plumbing department is miserable. Every other department in Home Depot's fun, except for the plumbing department. So, I'm in the plumbing department, and people would bring me this broken, rusted, destroyed item and say, where is this? And then I'd have to play CSI and try and figure out what that part was. And then bring them there and say, okay, now here's the different 10 variations what it could be based on what year your house was made. And they go, my house was built in 54. And I'm like, I don't know that answer. I just know it's one of these pieces. And they used to get so upset with me. So I'd go back to my key carriers and then my store manager and say, hey, can you teach me what, type of building codes there were and what they did in each era so I can kind of guide them better? And they said, no, just have them buy one of everything and return the ones they don't use or don't work. And that's literally the Home Depot way. That's what they said. If you had a stopgap, you would actually go buy all 8 of them, find the one that actually worked at your house, and return the 7 of them. That's what they told us, instructed us to tell our customers. And no matter how much I asked for information, they just told me what to do, and then that was it. Communication only flowed down and never came back up. And so as I left there, I went, that is a horrible business model. I don't want to be a part of that. I get the hierarchy. That was not so bad. But the fact that nobody communicated. So then I go to my next job, which was the accounting firm, and they had no on-the-site training. They said, here, program this information, and you knew accounting because you went to school for it, but using their software, understanding their culture, there was no training whatsoever, so you're left in the dark. So I started asking questions. They were getting upset because I was asking questions. Well, I need communication. I need you guys to teach me something. I need to listen and then march in the correct order that was there. So when I came to the sign company, we pretty much just had one guy in charge, which was my dad at the time, and then everybody else was underneath him.